Let's start with Shopify. Shopify is on uptrend. For those who are holding, you can exit on Tuesday. On Tuesday, you can expect it to open at this price and then fall down because it's in overbought position. Williams R CCI indicators showing it's in overbought position. One more additional factor which might influence its pattern on Tuesday is a long weekend, and since there was sell off on Friday, it might for some time trade little higher. So maybe second half could be a good time if you are holding it and thinking to sell. For those who want to enter, it's still overbought position, so let's wait for correction. And a buy price 1584 looks to be a good support. It has touched once, twice, three times, four, five times. So a buy price around 1588 or a 1600 looks to be a good entry point for Shopify. And based on its rally, it looks less likely that it might go further down. We might see some resistance around 1650, but a better price would be 1600. Before moving to any other stock, let's take TSX. TSX also on the similar pattern like Shopify. So you can see the influence of Shopify on TSX index as well. It's also in overbought position. On Friday, it held at this support of 18385. It didn't drop further, so which gives little indication that on Tuesday it might still hold before falling on maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. Though it's in overbought position and the volume is almost similar on last 4 days, it is getting support here. We might expect it to close to this itself before it drops on maybe Wednesday. So let's see NDX. NDX. So if you notice here, it had a small wick. There was sell-off, but later towards the end of the market picked up. That's why you can see on Friday it opened lower than Thursday, and then it has pushed it up. So which gives a strong indication that you could expect Tuesday to move higher before it gets resistance around 13,940, 945. So the stocks on NDX, you could expect most of the big cap stocks you can expect to trade higher. So Tuesday could be a green day for us on Nasdaq. Fine. Let's take PLTR. For PLTR, it has been on downtrend. It crossed this mid Bollinger Band, but if you see Williams R and CCI, it's still downward, which and also the volume. If you see the volume of sell-off is increasing, the earnings is on 16th. So watch for the earnings. If you are not into this, um, you might take small position as its previous history. If you see after earnings, it has moved up. Though it's a relatively new stock, and since it has been on downtrend, based on volume, it looks that it might go further down. But since the earnings is after market, after earnings release, it might move up a little if the earnings is, because the estimate is positive. So if the earnings is good or close to the positive estimate, we might expect it to move up. Um, Whereas these two indicators are indicating downward trend. So if unless the company releases a strong positive news, it might just move a little up and then fall down further. Um, so only for those who want to take um, or play on the earnings might take a position here, or would be better to wait for it to fall down at a uh, price of 25.5, around 25.6. There's a very strong support here. So 25.75, this would be the ideal price. So 1 or 2 days play here with small quantity and a larger quantity for long term buy around 25.75. Also keep a watch on their news along with their earnings. If there is some strong news, it might affect the trend upward as well. Any questions for PLTR? Are we good?
Yeah, all good.
Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah. So next stock is BRQS. Whoever has requested, please feel free to pitch in your views or any other information that you have about the stock, so everyone gets to know about it. And while I'm sharing my analysis, if anyone wants to share his or her view about it, please feel free to do so. We welcome everyone's view on the stocks that we discuss over here. Okay, so next is BRQS. It had a big grain day on 11th Feb. Again, a penny stock. So you could expect that. Opened lower and then pushed up further. So the candle is following the volume as well. The volume candle was also big, which means people entered in bigger volumes. However, Williams R and CCI, they are downward because it opened lower and then it moved up. Now, if you are holding this, uh, though these indicators are downward, looking at the momentum that it got on Friday, you can still expect it to trade higher than its closing price. It already moved downward from its Williams R level, overbought position level, but still you can expect it to trade little higher and then finally go on correction. So if you are holding this, if you have entered this and you are in profit, you can try to exit on Tuesday to cash on your profit at around, since it had reached $3 already, um, you you can expect it to trade somewhere between 275 or 280, and then finally go for a correction for some time. And based on what is the volume when it corrects, we can see further whether it has potential to go further up. But since it has touched $3 already, you can definitely expect that in coming week, sometime it will fall close to $2 or even under $2. And definitely it's not a good time for anyone to enter. Just wait for the time when it is around Yeah, I think $2 would be a suitable entry point for this if you want to enter again. Uh, but definitely visit the company. How is company planning to have something released in market recently? Based on those news, it might move further up or just stay at these levels. FSR. Just one more thing I wanted to check for this is the financials of the company. Though I'm not mentioning explicitly for the stocks, but do make it a point when you're doing analysis to check the financials if you have um, if you are entering the penny stocks uh, based on momentum, it might move up, but whether to hold at your target price for only for short term or for few more weeks, even if you are planning to hold for over a week, do check the financials of the company, either here on TradingView or on Yahoo Finance. Both both these platforms do give financials of the company. The ratings, uh, some of the ratings match, and some, depending on the market momentum, they don't match. But definitely financials uh, is a good reference on deciding whether you can hold this for even for a week or more or not. Okay, moving forward. Yes, FSR. I think FSR has moved up on Friday, and based on the momentum, we can expect it to move further up. If you have if you have already taken position, you can still hold and have a target price for FSR. Yeah, we can expect a new all-time high, or if you want to play safe and you want to take your profits out, you can have a target of 21.5. Someone looking to enter, I would say, though the trend is indicating uptrend, it would be risky to enter at this point. And if you still wish to enter, enter in smaller quantity at 18.3. 18.3 could be an entry in smaller quantity just for this short gain of on this uptrend. But if you are entering at 18.3, keep a stop loss, a $2 stop loss at 16.3 if you are entering for this short term gain. If you are someone who wants to enter it for long term, buy price of 14.5. 14.5 would be a very good buy price for FSR. Its earnings is on 25th, so which is about 2 weeks from here. So we think for entering this, you can
For
you can
FSR, the earnings would be negative. They don't have any revenue as of now.
yeah. So since it is 2 weeks away from here, if it continues 3-4 days up further, you can expect it to fall either towards the when it is nearing earnings release or after the earnings release. So for long term, it's better to wait. And since it's a new company, we don't have further history. I'll just quickly see on Renko. Yeah, even Renko gives an uptrend indication. So for someone who wants to exit, $21 is the safe exit, even in Renko. Yeah, so exit around 80 to 90% of your position around 21, and maybe some you can hold for all-time high. It was 23.63 before. It may touch 25. So maybe 5 to 10% position you can keep it for all-time high price, for selling at all-time high price or closer to that, right? So let's go to OVV. OVV, I think this is energy and oil and gas. Personally, I like the volatility of this stock. If you notice, since last March, in March it was at $3, close to $3, and now it is at 27.55. So it has recovered, and when it takes uptrend, it moves quite fast. So on 1st of Feb, it was at close to 20.4, and now it is at 27.55. It's definitely at overbought position. If you are holding this on Tuesday, you can expect it to go little further, closer to $30. Might not touch 30. Maybe a target price of 29 as of now looks good for me, and then it might correct. So if you are already on this, you can target 29 or 29.5. If you still see that after 29 it's still going further, and for entering new support, but it's not so strong support at close to 22.93, which means you could take some entry around $23 once it corrects. And if you're planning to buy for long term, a buy price of 20.5, 20.44, 20.2. Yeah, a buy price of 20.25 for long term. Again, this is into oil and gas production. So for a few months hold, this could be good. You can expect its price to drop once the summer, especially in North America, once the summer months start, you can expect it to drop. Let's see whether it has crossed its pre-COVID level. It's still under its pre-COVID level. So I think it has already crossed this support which it had on weekly chart in December 2019, which is a good thing. So you can expect, yeah, I was mentioning 29, right? So you can expect it to reach 29 if the momentum continues, it might push to 31, but a safer exit would, I feel, still be 29. Since we are seeing on weekly chart, maybe in next uptrend it might cross 30, or if in the same uptrend, if the momentum is high, which means if the volume is high and we have a green candle on Tuesday, based on its historical trend, it might reach 31. Here we saw 31.45. So if the volume is not that much and it's a green, you can target 21, or if the volume is high, then in that case you might hold to see if it is crossing 30. But at this point, 29 looks to be a good target for OVV. Anyone holding this? No. I think that was from Rohit. Is Rohit on the call? Okay, let's continue with CBAT. Okay, another energy tech company. It's into electrical products. Their earnings are getting better. When is the next earning? Oh, they already had their earnings release. 8th Feb. So it's not updated here. But it's a good thing to notice that the earnings, it's improving from previous times. Okay, so currently it is trading sideways at mid Bollinger levels, which means market is indecisive whether to take up or down, and more so it's downward because of last green candle. Williams R and CCI both have turned upward, and it looks less likely that it might up move up to touch its upper Bollinger Band at this level. We can expect it to consolidate a bit as the market looks indecisive. You can see both these candles over here. The market is indecisive whether to move up or down. Nevertheless, if someone would like to enter, yeah, it has a good support at 6.6. Close to 6.6. So a buy price of 6.6 if you are looking to enter, and a target of 8.7, 8.8 in the short term. But that short term might be more than about 2 weeks, since it's consolidating at the mid Bollinger level. So next is HIVE. It is into blockchain, and because of the movement that we are seeing in the crypto market, it moves up. On Friday, it has moved up. It has formed a green Maribazu candle, which means on next trading session you could still expect it to move up. Okay, in October 2017 it was trading above 3 and it had touched 6.75. So if you're still holding, you can expect it to reach 4.5, 4.7. So a target of 4.6 or 4.5. 4.5 could be first target, and then the next target could be 4.7. You can exit major position around 4.5 and then hold some to uh, trail for further profits if it continues further. If you are looking to enter, it has consolidated for around 4 trading sessions, and as you can see, it has this support around $2.83, 2.85, which it did touch briefly, 2.85. So the next entry point, if you are looking to enter for short term, again 2.85 looks to be a strong support. So once it corrects, since it is now on uptrend, it might go further up, and a buy price of 2.85 could be good for entering this. And since it's going up from here, if we see $2.3, so an entry at 2.85 with a stop loss at 2.3, $50 stop loss, 50 cents stop loss for this hive. The earnings, their earnings cycle seems to be a little bit unusual. There was earnings release on September, then October, then in November, and then now we don't have earnings from past few months. Yep, but still on uptrend. Both these indicators are up. They are in overbought position, but based on the momentum, we can still expect it to continue further on next trading session. Anyone? Yeah.
Just to add about this stock, like I did purchase this stock somewhere end of 2017 and 18, and this was not moving anything, but I holded it for 3 years. So I put at that time like 5,000, and then recently I sold it for 2.5. So this is a very volatile stock, but you need to have a patience because this is all linked with the cryptocurrency. If that goes up, then only it will go up. Otherwise, it will be always down.
Yeah, that's very true. And since crypto market from end of 2020 and in 2021 is on a very strong rally, that's why you could see here, and more especially now with Elon Musk buying Bitcoin,
Yeah.
many financial institutions are taking it seriously now and thinking about having their positions in some or the other cryptocurrency or Even few countries are starting to think about having their new crypto coin.
Yeah, actually, the same scenario was there in 2017, but unfortunately, the way the government acts, the way they bring the law, they never allow the cryptocurrency to go. So now again, in 2020, like it started picking up. But I'm really not sure like how it's gonna go with cryptocurrency. I strongly believe, but the way it act from last 3 years, it was absolutely down, and suddenly it went up. So I don't know, like, do we really need to put our money in such kind of stocks, or do we really need to find other area where we really want to grow our money? Because that 5,000 was like at the same level or dipping down for almost 3 years for me. But luckily, like I did had that appetite to hold it for 3 years.
And I really appreciate your patience for holding this long. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying like it's all about the risk factor. Like I know, like I earned, but I have seen the pain for 3 years also.
True, true. So now, slight difference from this time rally and what happened in 2017 looks to be this time big players are starting to take position. They are showing interest. Like even Apple released something that they are going to have some investments in crypto. So because big names are now getting into crypto market, it might gain not, I would say, acceptance, but definitely there might be regulations in many of the countries to start accepting it. Though there's a confirmation of ban in India. So for members, if any of you are or you know anyone who is investing from India, they might start getting notifications from their or issues from their platforms because it's now officially they are banning it and they want to have their own crypto coin.
So, Kamal, how do we decide like which cryptocurrency we should buy? Like there are so many, I think maybe 1,500 cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, that's a good question. So like we do stocks analysis, we have a group where we do share our analysis of the crypto coins. So I use Binance platform. It is very good for analysis. The way we use TradingView for stocks analysis, Binance has charts for doing technical analysis of the crypto coins. And the analysis, I would say, for cryptocurrencies is similar to what you see for penny stocks. Sorry. They are quite volatile and they do follow technicals, but the movement of the crypto coins is much like penny stocks. Like in one day, a coin might rise 20%, 30%, 100%, 150%, and then the next day it might crash again by 50% or more. So it's what my personal experience is. I am feeling like I'm doing a penny stock trading when I trade in cryptocurrencies. There are also investors who invest in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other strong coins. Those are for investment point of view. Considering the way crypto market is now being uh, gaining a positive outlook, it could be worth to invest at least some of your investment if you are interested in cryptos. And compared to stocks, you won't find much information, as in like we discussed at the start of the session about company, about their products. You might not get that much detailed information from the company. You might not be exposed to financials. um, so it becomes comparatively a riskier instrument to invest on. But considering the market momentum, if you are okay to take the risk, like Rishi mentioned, he had the appetite to hold high for over 2 months, if you have a higher risk absorbing capacity, then you could still invest it. It has rallied quite a bit at this point of time. So someone entering new or buying coins which have already gone high is little riskier. So if you plan to invest newly, my recommendation would be to start with smaller positions.